I am live. I am live. I am live. Hey, hey, everybody. What is going on, world? This shit is grainy as hell. Let me chop it up with y'all a little bit, man. I've been watching the news, and I have been checking out the whole young jock, young, young Dolph. I said young jock, young Dolph murder. I've been watching what's going on with that, man, and I don't know, man. Every year we have these murders of a famous rapper. I think it started in 2018. I mean, I'm trying to think. Did anybody die in 2017? Did any rapper die in 2017 that I can, does anybody know that I can recall? I don't think nobody died in 2017. That I can recall. I don't think so. I know 2018 we had Extinction. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he passed away. Of course, he got killed kind of in the same fashion as Young Dolph. He was leaving a place, but his thing was a robbery. He was, he was somebody was trying to rob him. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate it, guys. Give me a thumbs up. He was leaving a bike dealership and got killed, which they ended up catching those guys a couple days later. Uh, the sad part about that murder is, thanks for the thumbs up, guy. The thing about the Extinction murder is that people were shooting, people were videotaping his dead body, like while he was in the car. That one was really sad. That was really messed up. Instead of like trying to get help, people were, but eventually they ended up taking all that video down. You probably still can find that video, but it was, I couldn't watch it. But people were, instead of calling the police and, having some type of human, decency, people had their video cameras shooting him dead, dying in the car. I thought that was some crazy stuff. But you had that murder in 2018. Of course, they solved that one. A couple days later, I think those guys got caught. Maybe a week later. How long did it take for them to solve his murder? Las Vegas Raiders. What's up, Anthony? I'm like, who was? I'm trying to think. Like, did they solve his murder like within a week or so? Extinction's murder. I don't know. I know those guys got caught. It was maybe like 4 guys involved in that murder. So that was 2018. 2019, of course, the big rapper that died in that year was who was it? I forgot his name. Oh, I got Nipsey. Nipsey was 2019. Nipsey got killed. Of course, we figured that who killed him 2 days later, Eric Holder, going by the name Shitty Cuz. He got caught, and that was on some people say that was a conspiracy that he was set up by the police because the police in LA. I mean, it happened right down the street from me. I live in LA. I live in South Central, so it happened. The Marathon store, which is all boarded up now, is right down the street from me off of Slauson and Crenshaw. But of course, they caught him maybe 3 days. I believe it was 3 days after he died. 3 days, 3 days after he died that they caught Eric Holder, which I think he turned himself in. I don't think they caught him. He turned himself in, but everybody's looking for him. Even the gangs out here was looking for him. Every Crip and Blood out here was looking for that dude because everybody loved Nipsey. Nipsey, he had allies on both sides. Even though he was a rolling 60s Crip, he had Bloods that he was tight with. Matter of fact, YG and DJ Quick, who are both Bloods, were very hurt by the passing of him. But so that was 2000. Let me see, who do we have? So 2019. Then in 2020, we had Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke got killed in LA. On social media, he put his address out there, and then these robbers was able. Oh yeah, let me get a thumbs up, y'all. Appreciate it. Those robbers was able to. Lil Rock is watching. What's up, Lil Rock? They was able to catch him. I think they ended up catching those guys. What, a couple months later? I think it was some 20-year-olds, young 20-year-olds that were involved in his murder, Pop Smoke. They were trying to rob him. I think one of the robbers said that if he would have let go or something, or if he wouldn't have tried to reach or some stuff, they said they tried to act like that if he hadn't to reach for something that they wouldn't have killed him. I remember one of the young men said, but who knows, man? 2020 is better hindsight, whatever they that old thing they used to say. But anyway, I want to talk about young Dolph, man. This young Dolph murder. You know what I'm saying? Like this young Dolph. I like young Dolph. And I think a lot of times, like when rappers pass away, because I guess you would say I'm an old head, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm in my early 40s. So I guess I'm kind of detached from a lot of these young cats. My era, I guess you would say, was Tupac, Biggie, and stuff like that. I was a teenager back then, but I guess you would say that's my era. But this young dog, I just hate when a rapper who seemed like he got his head on straight, seemed like he got his he's thinking differently. Those kind of murders tend to bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like Nipsey, when he passed away, he seemed like he got his head on straight. The way he thought, he was on some whole nother different, even though he was on the street shit and he was with the Rolling 60s Crip and his music reflect that of the streets of South Central. He still, when he talked in interviews, and even around here, he talked to some of the people that he touched. He gave people jobs. He talked, he would tell kids, hey, you want to start your own business. You want to get into tech, invest in the tech, invest. He talked about investing, invest your money into crypto. He was on the crypto. They said Nipsey was in the crypto way before everybody, for this whole trend now about crypto. Nipsey was on that in 2016, 17. He was talking about crypto. So and then, boom, he gets killed. I just hate when brothers, they got their head on straight and trying to do something different, trying to help people out, trying to build the community up and build people up. I hate when they get killed. It's easy to write off just as a crazy, just off the wall rapper that's in the street doing dumb shit and he ends up getting killed. Not saying that he deserves to get killed, but it's just like, okay, well, you kind of had it coming, homie. You kind of had it coming because what you've been wilding out, you've been doing different things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so when those type of murders happen, it bothers me because it's another young kid, or a young man leaving this earth that shouldn't have to leave. That bothers me. But when a dude that got his head on straight, when they get killed, that bothers me as well. But young Dolph, like he had his head on straight. And I'm from the South. I live out in LA right now, but I'm from Florida. So I know a lot of people in Florida bump his music. We like Southern hip hop. Southern hip hop right now is big right now. It's taking over it's taking over pretty much, hip hop is taking over everything, period, as far as music and as far as entertainment. But Southern hip hop, Migos, Young Dolph, Yo Gotti, who's another, I guess that would be his rival or whatever. Young Thug, The Baby, all these are Southern rappers, and they pretty much are the top of the line, even with the controversy of Travis Scott. He's from Houston. He's technically, they don't consider him a Southern rapper, but he's from Houston. Travis Scott's from Houston, so he's a Southerner. He's a Southern rapper. Let me get that thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys get a chance. Appreciate the thumbs up button if you can. But the young Dolph murder, though, man, I want to talk about that. I'm kind of going off the young Dolph murder. It bothers me because they don't know who did it yet. Like, there's no, and it was just so brazen. It was just like Nipsey, broad daylight. Matter of fact, I was talking to a friend of mine about the young Dolph murder. He died the same time. I believe Nipsey got killed around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight, strip mall, same time. Because I remember when Nipsey got killed, I was up at a coffee shop with a homegirl of mine. We was having breakfast, well, I guess a late breakfast, and her son, who is an up-and-coming artist, he's into the music and stuff like that. He texted her before anybody knew that Nipsey got killed. And she was across from me. We was eating. She was like, they just shot Nipsey, And then, of course, we rolled past that area and we saw the police out there and everything. But yeah, it hadn't even really came out. I think they had just took him away in the ambulance. And he already knew. But it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just like Nipsey, Young Dolph, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Two, instead of one dude, it was two dudes. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the picture, I don't know, have y'all seen the picture? The picture of those dudes with those guns, they look young. Them cats those cats look like they probably like in their early 20s, mid to early 20s. They're not no older dudes. These ain't no older cats. Young Dolph is 36. So I don't know if these young cats was, people were saying, oh, it's some haters that killed them. There's some haters, which may be true. I'm thinking so too. But I don't think the cats, those young cats that killed him, I don't think they had I don't think it was on no hate stuff with them. I think somebody sent them to go kill Dolph. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories from people in the news talking about the weather that particular day. It was hot. It wasn't even, if you look at young Dolph, he went to the gas station maybe 10 minutes before he got killed. And he had on a short sleeve shirt, like it was like a regular warm day in Alabama. So it was a warm day, it wasn't hot. And these dudes had on gloves, they had on hoodies, hats, masks, gloves. So it's almost as if they followed him there. And it seemed like they was trying to follow him to get a good way to hit him. Because everybody know that, it's in the news. And that's why you can't put too much of your business out there. Everybody knows the young Dolph, all his vehicles are bulletproof. So they couldn't just pull up. Now, had his cars not been bulletproof, they could have pulled up beside him and just sprayed the car up. You see what I'm saying? But they did that before when they tried to kill him. I don't know whether it happened in this year or I know he got hit out here in LA, but that was over an argument, supposedly. But they also shot his car up 100 times in North Carolina. I don't know whether that was back in the day or what, but that happened too. And they shot the car up, and that's when the car got shot over 100 times. What saved young Dolph? I don't know. And another thing, I don't know whether young Dolph was in the car or not. That might have saved his life, being that the place, the car was all bulletproof, or even if he was in the car. Fact of the matter is, everybody knows that young Dolph, all his vehicles, because he's stated publicly that all his vehicles are customized and they're all bulletproof. Now, that's another mystery. Why would you want to get all your cars bulletproof if you're not paranoid about somebody being after you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just a regular rapper and you ain't did no harm to nobody, you got a clean slate with the world, you ain't got really no beefs where people are threatening you. You may have little rap beefs that's probably about, like instance like Kanye and Drake, little rap beefs like who's the flyest dude, who can sell more, stuff like that, but not really no I'm gonna kill you type beefs. People who have those type of beefs where it's going to get harm, they get stuff done like that to their car. So the point I'm trying to make is young Dolph, I think, had to have known that somebody was after him or somebody really wanted him dead for him to get all his vehicles bulletproof. Because that's probably like an extra maybe 10, 15 grand on top of whatever you paid for the car to have that type of stuff done to your car. That stuff is costly. To have a car bulletproofed, that's at least probably another 15 to 20 grand added on to have that done. So for him to do that and have all his vehicles bulletproof, he has to know this. You know what I'm saying? Because people just don't do that off the rough rip. If you know, like Kendrick Lamar, for instance, Kendrick Lamar, from what I know about Kendrick Lamar, he's not gang affiliated. Even though he's from Compton, he's not gang affiliated. He probably know Bloods and Crips, or cousins and friends. But Kendrick is always have put himself out there to the public as if he's just a street conscious type cat, not really about that life. He carries himself more on a revolutionary hip hop, a little bit of gangster, a little bit of poetry, a little bit of food for thought. Like his music is kind of like a mixture of all that stuff: street, gangster, knowledge, black power, revolutionary, consciousness, political. His stuff is kind of like a mixture of different stuff. So he's not really, I would say, a threat. Travis Scott's another one. Even though he's going through the controversy right now with the concert, the way he kind of puts himself out there, He doesn't seem like a threat. Dolph, to me, and even his music, he kind of strike me as a cat because I know cats like him growing up. Which I don't even know what I don't know. I haven't seen every interview of Young Dolph, but he seemed like he's been in a dope game. So that's another mystery. Is it somebody from Dolph's past when he was in the dope game, when he was selling drugs, when he was out there in the streets? Is that somebody that might have screwed somebody in a drug deal? And he knew that these cats was going to be coming for him. So that's why I'm gonna hire extra security. I'm gonna have all my cars bulletproof. That's just something about doing that. For you to have all your cars bulletproofed, you have enemies, and you know you have enemies. You don't just do that. I think Young Dolph had a fleet of what 20 some cars or something like that, and all of them were bulletproof. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't just do that unless you know some people are after you. You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all think, man? Y'all think it was a setup? I think it was a setup. Now that I looked at this case, they found the Mercedes. That's one thing, they found the Mercedes that was used, that was supposedly used in the murder. They found that. Well, I think they found that Saturday afternoon. And they're coming out now today saying that their actual Mercedes that was used in Young Dolph's murder was actually used in another murder on about a week before Dolph got killed. I think on the 2nd of November, where they shot the car up of these women leaving the basketball game. And that same white Mercedes at an intersection, they stopped at an intersection, and these dudes ran up and shot the car up. One of the women got seriously injured. The other one got killed. She died. So they said that white Mercedes was used maybe a week or two before Young Dolph's murder. So that's another thing. What was that murder about? Why did they follow these girls? In the end, it was in the same fashion. These cats left. These women were leaving a football game, a high school football game, and the car pulled out the parking lot of the football game, and the car pulled the white Mercedes was behind their car. And then when they got to an intersection that was clear, the guys hopped out and sprayed the car up. And I'm thinking it was the same two dudes that sprayed Young Dolph, the same dudes. Now, what they got to figure out is maybe from the survivor of that shooting, because the one lady died, the other lady, she's still living. Were they involved with any drug dealers? Did they have any beefs with anybody? You know what I'm saying? They have to question all that stuff because they got to figure out why these dudes targeting certain people, because they're not going after. Well, we know why Dolph, because Dolph is a high profile dude, but why did they target Dolph? You know what I'm saying? But I think at first I thought it was some hating stuff. I was like, oh man, that was some hating ass dudes hating on Young Dolph because he was getting money. For some reason we have that in the black community. We have brothers. I've never been a jealous dude. I don't know where brothers get that from with being jealous, but I was thinking that maybe it was a hating thing, or it was some haters that wanted to get Young Dolph because they was hating on him because he was getting money. Maybe that's why they shot at him. Maybe that's what triggered them. You know what I'm saying? To want to do what they did. So I was thinking like maybe it was maybe it was that. Then I thought about it, I was like, well, no, because if it was on some hater stuff, here's the thing: if it was on some just I'm hating on this dude, they wouldn't have been so prepared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're just camping out this dude's house, and then because he was followed, but they made it seem like, first of all, his cars are all camouflage. His cars are so easy to spot because it has that unique camouflage paint on it, or whatever you call it, wrap on it. So his cars are either, and especially in Memphis, people don't ride. Look, he got luxury cars, Bentley, stuff like that, wrapped with that camouflage. People in Memphis ain't rolling like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the hood. You see what I'm saying? So his cars, like, everybody know his cars. So it was when it first happened, you thought that, oh, okay, I keep saying Nipsey. Young Dolph was going by, by his day. Some haters saw him and followed him when he got to the hood. That's what it seemed like. It was some haters. Oh, they were that fuck nigga Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? We got our guns on us. Let's go shoot his behind. You know what I'm saying? He always talking noise in his music. Let's go shoot him. You see what I'm saying? That's the way it would kind of seem like that. It was some dudes out. They just happened to see Dolph and decide to get him. But that shooting seemed like wherever young Dolph lives, wherever his house, I'm pretty sure he lives in a nice neighborhood. I'm pretty, matter of fact, he showed his house. He has like a 4-car garage. It's a huge house. So I'm pretty sure wherever that house is, it's somewhere in a good neighborhood. So I'm thinking people know where Young Dolph stay because he comes in and out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? People know where. So all it takes is somebody to follow him to wherever his gated community is, wherever his mansion is, and then just camp out and then wait till he leaves, trail him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might go to the hood. You know what I'm saying? They probably followed Young Dolph from wherever he lives at, where his house is in the good area. They probably follow him all the way back to the hood, his old neighborhood. But they just was trying to find a good place to hit him. Now they could have got him at the gas station, but if we get him at the gas station, it's gas pumps around, it's people all around. We don't want to kill, we don't want to kill any innocent bystanders. We just want Dolph. You see what I'm saying? So I think they probably waited till he got down the street. Because if you look on Google, that Shell station, it's a street. It's Shell station right here. It's a street. There's a big like it's a big parking lot. I Google mapped it. It's a big parking lot, and it's like a big open space. And then it's like a laundromat. Then you got Makita's Cookies right there. This is a little bit further down from the laundromat or whatever, a little store or whatever, in the strip mall. So they probably okay, we'll just, they saw him probably pull in there. They know by watching his Instagram, because he always talking about, I love Makita's Cookies. I love Makita's Cookies. So they know that, okay, he gonna get inside, get his cookies. He rolling by himself, which they said that he had a security guard with him that bust back. That after Dolph got shot, he started busting back at the car. So, which was another thing. Like, why was he so late? Why was he not on point when they ran up? When they know if he, where was he at? Where was he positioned at? This so-called security. I haven't heard anything about this security guard news. This has been all through because nobody said anything about Young Dolph being with anybody in the prime news, in the CNN, the NBC, and the local news. They haven't said anything about him being with a second person. They make it seem like he was solo. But the streets are saying, and the internet is saying, that he had somebody with him and that person was busting off shots as these dudes are driving away. Another conspiracy, another speculation they're saying is that a dead body was found in an abandoned house. They're trying to say that maybe keep saying Nipsey. They're trying to say that Young Dolph's bodyguard or whoever his homeboy was that was busting at the car hit dude. Homeboy died. They can't take him to the hospital because, oh, motherfucker, you the shooter. You know what I'm saying? So they took him to an abandoned building that's what they're saying. This all this hearsay stuff. But I think, this is my honest opinion, y'all. Y'all can chime in. Let me know what y'all say. Go ahead and leave some stuff in the comments, man, because this is an open thing. I want to know what y'all think. I think it was a hit. This is what I think that happened on that day, Young Dolph. I think whoever's beefing with Young Dolph, it's either two things. And it could be hater stuff. It could be somebody that he screwed up or screwed off in the dope game, somebody he messed around in the dope game with and he screwed, or somebody that he screwed while he got out the dope game, while he's in the music game, somebody he screwed in the music game and still in the streets. You see what I'm saying? The guys who shot Young Dolph, I think were paid. I think there were some little young street cats that want to make a name for themselves. I think they were sent off. I think they were paid, and they probably I think these, because they were young dudes, they probably was paid peanuts. They probably was paid because they look like they mad young. But if they're mad young, if you look how quick and how brazen those dudes were that shot Dolph, that's not their first rodeo. They've killed before. Those young dudes have killed people before because they did it in such a. They seem scared, but yet not really. Like if you look at the picture, if you look at the picture, that surveillance picture is circling around the news. One of the dudes has the gun pointed at this. He's kind of standing back, like he's kind of hesitant. So that right there shows you that they're young dudes. Take that thumbs up button, guys. We get a chance to get that thumbs up button. You get a chance. The way these guys are standing, they seem eager but yet hesitant. So that's what makes you think that they're young, just by looking at the picture. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell these young cats have killed before. They've killed before, dude. You know, I've heard stories about Memphis even before this Young Dolph thing. You know, and being from the South, I've heard stories about Memphis. It's been stories about Memphis. I heard back in the 90s about Memphis it was a group called 8 Ball MJG. It was Memphis. I've heard stories about yeah, I know. Somebody was this sophomore one. Young Dummies wasn't the first time putting that type of work. I know. It's just they seem to. What's up, Mr. OG Ryder? They seem just too eager. If I'm getting ready to kill somebody and I ain't never killed nobody, I'm gonna be nervous as hell. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, man, this is my first." You see what I'm saying? I'm just thinking from the mindset. If I'm doing something I've never done and this is my first time, I'm gonna be very like, I don't know, man. Like this is my first time killing somebody. But after I do it the first time, I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna be, I'm like, oof, I did it. You know, I killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But after a while of me doing it, oh, just kill somebody. It's nothing to me. It's like riding a bike now. The first time I was scared. Second time I was still kind of scared. After that second time, oh, this ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? To a street dude. You know what I'm saying? A young street cat. I think that these young cats were paid. I think these were some young cats that were paid. Because think about it. If you look at the picture, they had gloves on. They had a hoodie and they had like it was like sweatpants on, pants and sweatpants. It was a hot day in Memphis that day that young Dolph got killed. But if you look at the picture, the video, somebody took him at the gas station. He had on a short sleeve shirt. It was like a cool, hot, it was a warm day. Nobody was dressed. Everybody had on t-shirts, shorts. You see what I'm saying? So those dudes were prepped and prepared. Mask, gloves, hoodie, baggy clothes. And if you look at the clothes, those clothes they had on, those are like some throwaway clothes. Those are like some those are like some old clothes. Those are like some old clothes that they knew they were gonna be taken off and burning them. I guarantee you those clothes are burnt. Those clothes are burnt, and I guarantee you those weapons that they probably use are probably dismantled and burnt too. They probably destroyed all that stuff. That was a hit. That was a hit. Sitting on the damn couch. That was a straight up hit. Somebody paid those young cats. Somebody paid those young cats to kill Dolph. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Now they got to figure out who paid these. They got to figure out who the young cats are, and they got to figure out who sent them off. You see what I'm saying? And why did this person send them off, or persons send them off? You know what I'm saying? But the Memphis police and the Memphis people in Memphis, the city of Memphis, they have to kind of solve this because their murder rate. Memphis has just this year alone two. They had Memphis, Tennessee, not the whole state, just the city of Memphis. Just this year, and the year is not even over yet. They have had 275 murders this year in 2021. That's 275 murders. You know, people think the South is sweet. It ain't. It's certain parts of the South do this more crazy than Chicago, straight up. But people look at the South like, oh, they ain't too smart. They country dumb. They probably don't even know how to use a gun. You know what I'm saying? People in the South are crazy. I'm telling you, boy, it's some D boys and some gangsters in the South you do not want to mess with. They just as ruthless as the ones in New York, Chicago, any other place. So I'm thinking, to be honest with you, that this was a hit and he was sent off. I'm thinking it's something that young Dolph did, whether when he was in the dope game. Now, here goes. Now, there's I guess it's from what I learned, young Dolph was from South Memphis, and Yo Gotti and Black Youngster are from North Memphis. They've been beefing back and forth. So people were saying that Yo Gotti and Black Youngster sent some people at him. I don't think so either. I don't think that I don't think they would be that stupid. He's another dude that's like he got his head on straight. Now, Black Youngster seems like he's a kind of a wild card, but he's a young dude. But Yo Gotti's like he got his head on straight. I don't think he would jeopardize. I mean, he has a restaurant called Prive. I think it's called Prive, Prive. Yo Gotti has a upscale restaurant that him and his mom run. He has so many businesses and different things he's running. Why would he want to jeopardize all that just to get at Dolph? You see what I'm saying? I don't think he would be that stupid. So I don't think it had anything to do with him. I think it might have been some dope boys. They got some money, getting money in Memphis. That either young Dolph had beef with before, prior to getting into the rap game. Maybe he stole some dope from him, never paid him. You know, maybe they fronted him some dope, he never paid him. Maybe something went down. Maybe he promised them, you know, once I get on, I'm gonna bring y'all on. It didn't make good. You know, maybe he kind of, who knows? But that was a hit. Somebody sent those cats to kill that dude. Whether they were paid or not, I don't know. Now that could have been on some hater stuff. Give me that thumbs up button, guys. Can I get the thumbs up button? The thumbs up button if you can, please. Thumbs up button. Yeah, I don't know, man. This really boggles my mind. Because that's the way he went out. That was cold blooded. They didn't give a damn. Little kids could have been in there because it's 1:00 in the afternoon. Little kids could have been in there, like, dude. So that's what I'm saying. I think they were following him, hoping that I think they followed him from wherever he lived at. They followed him trying to find a good place to hit him. And I think they was thinking to themselves, when he goes to this cookie shop, we ain't got no other choice but to hit him because we don't know where he might go. He may just get the cookies and get on the freeway. Once he get on the freeway, we can't get him on the freeway. Plus, that everybody knows that car is bulletproof. We can't let him get back in that car. Because once he gets back in that car, it's a wrap. We can't hit him because everything he drives is bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? So, and from when I was thinking to myself, I believe they said he was strapped. Because they said that when they was getting ready to shoot him, they said young Dolph was trying to up. But he couldn't get to it, of course, and they was on him. They had him. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. We can't be in a position where he knows we are around because then he gonna have that pistol ready. And then we can end up getting shot. You see what I'm saying? So they was following him and they felt like when he goes into that cookie shop, once he comes out, we gonna hit him. You know what I'm saying? They blocked his car in because you see the Mercedes-Benz is right behind his car, his Corvette. People were saying it was Camaro, but clearly it's a brand new Corvette. It just has the camouflage on it. But they had his car blocked in, just like the white car blocked in those girls at that intersection, that same Mercedes. You see what I'm saying? So I think this whole young Dolph thing is deeper, man. It's deeper than just some hating shit. For real, for real. For real, it's deeper than just some hating stuff. This is a calculated murder that was pre-planned. It wasn't just some little hating cats posted up in the hood and just see Dolph riding by. Oh, young Dolph in the hood. Let's go get that food. You know what I'm saying? Or that could have been it, but you got to think, were these dudes just riding around with the mask? Well, of course you're gonna have masks because COVID, but was these dudes riding around with that hoodie on, with that big ass fucking Draco and the pistol, with gloves on in the car, or just had them? You know what I'm saying? They just happened to see young Dolph. They had to have planned that out. That was a planned out thing. I think they followed him from wherever he lived at. That's what I think. They followed him from wherever he lived at, and they were just trying to find a perfect time to hit him. And when he stopped for them cookies, that was their perfect time. That's what I think, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And whoever, but I ain't gonna sit here and say that Hayden didn't have anything to do with it. I think Hayden did have something to do with it. So people tell you, Mr. Kennedy said, it was Kennedy said, is 6ix9ine still touring walking around the cities he visits? Yeah. Ain't nobody got 6ix9ine yet. 6ix9ine been walking around, but look how 6ix9ine roll. I don't know whether he still got all that security. From what I heard, that his security is starting to pull back because he was having some financial issues. Because before, I think 6ix9ine was getting backed. 6ix9ine was getting backed by corporations. 6ix9ine was getting backed. People were backing him. All that foolishness he was doing, he was getting backed. 6ix9ine is getting backed by now. I think the corporations have kind of pulled away from him. Somebody said, out of this world beats, Zimmerman still walking around. Yep. Ain't nobody hit George Zimmerman. I want to talk about that too. About black folks and stuff. People talking about Zimmerman still walking around. All the cop who killed George Floyd still he's in prison now. He's in prison, but still he was walking around for 2 or 3 weeks before he got arrested. To be honest with you, man, you know what? On that stuff, and I know black people. I know a lot of black folks that are in here are going to disagree with me. I think black people are scared of white people, man. I think American black people are scared of white people. Whether we want to say it or not, I'll slap the hell out of a white man if you call me a nigga. Yeah, you can say all that, yeah, but I really think black people in America, and I think it's generationally. I think it's been all the terror that our ancestors experienced. I think that's ingrained. That's got to be stuff that we saw, our ancestors saw. That's been passed down to us to the point where we just know not to harm them. We'll harm each other all day long, but for some reason we value their lives more than us. For some reason, I think that has to do with slavery, dude. Because we would not. They can do all kinds of stuff. We for some reason would not raise a finger to them. I don't know what it is. Right. I think deep down inside, American black people are scared of white people. We can act all game. Let me tell you something, man. I remember when I was a kid, and we had all these little street cats, so-called shooters and stuff like that. And these are straight hardcore dudes, right? Bullies and all kinds of stuff. I remember as a kid. I remember one time we was all hanging out. I was probably maybe 9 or 10 years old. And it was these older cats, maybe 16, 17. They was all teenagers. You know how you look up to the older kids. They was selling drugs, robbing people, shooting people, had guns, selling dope. Hardcore cat. They used to bully people and stuff, you know. And I remember one time we was all hanging out. They had like a little block party in the hood, Carver Shores, where I grew up. And I remember all these little rah cats. I remember one police car showed up and shut the whole street down. One white boy in the police uniform came and shut the whole street down. Told everybody, y'all gotta leave the street, y'all gotta go home. Get out the street. Didn't nobody, hey man, F you and cuss them out. Everybody, they just, yes, sir. I was like, wow, what happened to all this rah, I'm a street dude, but this one white boy come up with a badge and shit all these whole hardcore street cats down. That's when he hit me. I said, yeah, we scared of them. Something about these people, we're scared of. Even the cool part about it is, I think if you physically, they're weaker than us. And I don't know. That's a whole nother story. I'm talking about young Dolph, but I'm gonna do another video on that though. Somebody was out of this world. He said, "Yeah, the white supremacy system, no more running from the truth." Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, that's just what I think. I think it's. I don't think we're doing it intentionally. I think subliminally it's been put in our head generationally not to harm them, but to harm each other. Oh, yeah, go around the head. You know what I'm saying? We just see them as don't harm them. That's why all these neighborhoods. I live in South Central. It's being gentrified. I be seeing white kids walking down the street. I mean, white women and white men walking around the hood with their babies and just nighttime. I'm like, what? Because they know y'all ain't finna mess with us. Y'all know that if y'all mess with us, the police gonna put y'all, the jail gonna put y'all under the jail. And these gang bangers know that. So guess what? They gonna let Karen and Chad walk around and not mess with them. Let my black behind walk outside. I'm the one that's gonna get sweated, not, you know what I'm saying? Because we know it's in us. Don't harm them. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's another story. But yeah, I just want to talk about this young Dolph thing, man. I just want to try and chime in with y'all. I want to know what y'all think about the young Dolph thing, because that was sad, you know. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Out of the world beach, appreciate it, brother. I mean, I'm not no leader or nothing like that. This is stuff that I think about. Just watching the world and being in America my whole life, just seeing things and just seeing how the world works. You know, I'm an observer. I'm a type of person. I'm real quiet and stay in the background, and I like to just watch and observe things. I just see how people move and do things, and just growing up and seeing how people do. I was like, yeah, just seeing like, okay, why they did it like that? Or why, and that's because this and that. But damn, that young Dolph thing was sad, man. That was sad. That was sad. That was really out of the blue and sad. But it just goes back to everybody keeps saying that once you get some money, you need to stay away from the hood, But like I said, I don't think that had anything to do with the hood. I think if young Dolph, whatever good neighborhood he lived in, if young Dolph would have stopped at the ATM in his neighborhood and those dudes was following him, they would have shot him there. You see what I'm saying? That's what made me think. I don't think that had anything to do with no hood. I think these dudes followed young Dolph and just were waiting for a perfect time for him to get out that car so they can hit him, because they know that car is bulletproof. So I don't know. I don't think the hooding thing had anything to do with it. I think that they were just trying to find. I think they were waiting for him outside his house, or if he lives in the gay community, they was waiting to see that camouflage car. That's all his vehicles are camouflage. They had, and they figured once, it's easy to spot camouflage. We see that camouflage car. That's our target. So, thumbs up button, guys, thumbs up button. That's our target, And I think that this was a well calculated, and it's more people involved than just those two dudes. Trust me, it's more people involved than just those young brothers. Those young brothers were sent off to kill Dolph. Now we got to figure out Who sent them off, and what was the reason behind that? Was it really on some hater stuff, or was it over some unpaid drug debts that maybe young Dolph did when he was younger? But young Dolph, I've seen videos of young Dolph 2 or 3 years ago, him hanging out in the hood by himself, sitting in his car. He's been to that Marquita's, whatever it's called, cookies thousands and thousands of times while he was rich. While he's been rich, he's been, you know what I'm saying? He's been there. So it's like that's why I know this was something that was planned out, maybe weeks in advance. Planned out when they hit him, who to send, use some young cats that are naive, that just want to be down or get a couple dollars in their pocket. You see what I'm saying? Sophomore Juan said he lives in ATL. He was only there for his turkey drive, and it was time to get the mission done. So he don't have a house in Memphis? How far a drive is Atlanta from Tennessee? Unless he drove down from Atlanta. Because if what you're saying, Juan, if that's true, that means he would have to have drove that car all the way down there. Or something, unless he got that car, but he was a millionaire. He probably got that car. He probably got cars all over Memphis. He can fly down and hop on one of his whips instead of renting one. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. You said that he lives in ATL. Like I said, I don't know how far the ATL is from Memphis, but it's all the South, So I don't know, man. This is something that Memphis PD gonna have to really buckle down on this, because it makes them look bad if they don't solve this. Because their murder rate, first of all, did y'all know this about Memphis? I didn't know this till after this whole young Dolph murder. Did you know that Memphis, you can, if you're over the age of 18, you can carry a gun legally without no license, loaded. You can have a loaded gun in your front passenger side seat of your car. If the police see that you got a loaded gun in your passenger seat, he, long as you don't use it on him, of course, he can't question you about it. He can't ask to see it. He can't ask for a registration, because you don't have to have registration. As long as you're over the age of 18, you don't have to have registration to have a gun. Ain't that crazy? That's why the murder rate is so high. I think, this is what I think, and I'm going to end this. I think that they want to gentrify that area. And I think the best way they can do it, because people are starting to move out of Memphis, man. It's getting so dangerous. People are actually moving. I think that's what they want. Memphis is pretty much 65% black. It's pretty much a black city, almost like ATL, but you don't hear too much about it. I think the city of Memphis wants that land in like South Memphis and North Memphis. They want that land, and they want to get those black folks out of there. So I think the best way they're doing that is to get the murder rate going up, kill the rebel, let the rebel rousers kill each other. The ones that are still there, they're going to get scared, and they're going to be like, hey, I got kids. This is getting too crazy. We got to move. And they're going to move to Dallas. They're going to move to Atlanta. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? Once everybody has moved out, guess what's going to happen? Give it 5 years. They're going to have a Whole Foods. They're going to have Jamba Juices on every corner. That's going to be a fledged. They're trying to get people. They're trying to gentrify Memphis. I'm telling you. That's why they made that law where anybody can carry a gun, because they want them young people, those young street casters to kill as many people as possible, make it so bad there that the people that's there gonna want to leave. Then they're gonna come in and clean everything else out. They're gonna start gentrifying it. They're gonna start getting you. You're gonna start seeing Starbucks, Whole Foods over in that area. And guess what? That black business, that Marquita cookies, they're gonna shut that down too. I'm just saying, man. That's what I think. That's why I think they're doing that. They want to get those black folks up out of that neighborhood so they can gentrify it. They want that land over there. But hey, that's another story. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to end this video. This is the The mysterious death of young Dolph. I am so. They need to get those cats off the street. I want to know who killed this dude. Who killed young Dolph? You know. Hopefully, as the days go by, we'll eventually crack the code because it's like they're getting closer and closer. You know, they found the car that was supposedly used in it. They found that the car was tied to another murder. They may tie to somebody else in it. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not a police officer, but I just hate for somebody to die like that in vain. That was a good person that was actually doing something with their life. They got kids. The man had kids, man. Damn. I hate, that hurts my heart. Now this woman got to raise these kids by, oh, it happens every day though, right? Anyway, what do y'all think? Leave your comments. Give me a thumbs up button if you haven't loved. Give me a thumbs up button. Give me a thumbs up button. Give me a thumbs up button. Give me that thumbs up button. And I appreciate you guys watching my video. I really appreciate the love and support my channel. Subscribe to my channel, Charles Hernandez World. And y'all stay safe out there, man. Watch out for each other and increase the peace. Take care.